King Solomon, in his book of Proverbs, a collection of timeless wisdom which is among the most memorable sections of the writings of the Bible, gives a clear direction for education. He says, "Teach the lad according to his way, so that in his old age he will also not veer from it." This teaches us that when one gets a proper education in Torah, he will want to continue in it forever. Conversely, when one learns studies that are not pleasing to him, or are taught against the way he prefers to learn, that are not taught according to his way, it will make no lasting impact on him. The Jewish master known as PHS the Rebbe, in his classic essay, The Duties of the Students, Avot HaTalmidim, exhorts his community, saying, "Should we just suffice with the nucleus of students in the yeshiva and advanced Jewish schools? Is that the entire Jewish nation? Rather, every Jew must immerse themselves in Torah. What about those that can't read Hebrew, don't know the first thing about Judaism, and have never learned so much as a single verse of Torah? Are we simply to forget about them? God forbid. They too are part of the Jewish nation. We must reach everybody. Many secular and unlearned Jews are really future Torah giants in hiding. Rabbi Nachman, another Jewish master, says that every single one, so long as he is called by the name of Israel, gives God a particular glory that no one else can give. God's glory is uplifted so much more by bringing those who stood afar closer. To draw people in, it is necessary to remind people of their unconditional preciousness and holiness in the eyes of God. As the PHS the Rebbe beautifully writes, "You are the sprout of God's planting in the Garden of Israel. And God has placed the responsibility to nurture and educate the sprout upon him himself. Every single Jew has the potential for unimaginable levels of learning and divine service, to be a great tree of life, and to make himself into a servant of God. Perfect, righteous person, and a Torah great. The job of a teacher is just to nourish the so holy, so pure, so precious soul of the Jew, and bring out their inner love for God and His Torah. The root and soul of all advancement is that you understand as clearly as you know that the sun shines, and that you have the potential to move mountains with your study of Torah and bring joy and light to the entire universe. By failing to live up to your potential and giving up on toiling in the study of Torah, we are cast into even more bitter and deep exile, and God's divine presence is banished from this world." Jewish lad and young man, the PHS the Rebbe writes, "His call echoes throughout the ages. You must study Torah and seek God. Meriting the depths of Torah learning does not come easily. The ancient rabbis said, according to the labor is the reward. I say, no pain, no gain. You must expect greatness from yourself. It's hard work, but so is everything." There's a traditional prayer recited upon completion of a section of the Talmud. In it, we thank God for the great opportunity to toil in the study of Torah. The prayer contains a line that goes like this: "We toil, and they toil. We toil and receive reward, while they toil and don't receive reward." The bottom line is this: toil in the Torah is as difficult as anything else, but it's a path that brings lasting meaning and purpose. Street sweeping is hard work. Landscaping is hard work. Anything that you're going to do to make a living is going to be hard work. Hard work is unavoidable. So what you work hard on matters. While these grand ideals sound impossible to fulfill, the practical reality of where you need to start is so simple it seems obvious. Read the daily portion of Torah with the commentary of Rashi. Rashi is a commentator who, while universally respected for his depth of thought, chose to confine his explanations to the simple meaning of Torah. And so that means that his work is going to be useful both to an incredible Torah scholar as well as, a grade school student who's still learning to the basics of Torah. Is that his precious commentary is studied by 5-year-olds just beginning to read, and it's also studied by the greatest Torah sages in history. So it's completely, you'll never outgrow it. His commentary, like Torah, it's true, it's enduring, and it's accessible to every single Jew. If you read it every day, a simple English translation arranged by the daily portion can be found at Chabad.org. If you study this, which takes no more than a few minutes per day, you'll learn the entire Torah every year and actually understand its meaning. And if you want to buy this, this book is from Art Scroll, and they also publish an excellent edition of the 5 books of Torah with Rashi's commentary. This is a light and pleasant part of the day. You can do this over your morning coffee or while commuting to work, but it's also the foundation of all other learning, is that you're never going to stop learning the Torah. You're just going to add more and more things to that daily order of study. So just like weightlifting, as long as you're consistent and keep adding on more as you get stronger, you'll be able to take on a bigger load over time. but even an experienced weightlifter never stops benching the bar. The study of Torah with Rashi will remain the foundation for all of the later learning. It is that once you become more comfortable with this, then you can try to bring the same devotion to more complex topics. But I encourage everyone to begin with partaking in the joy of studying the daily portion of our Holy Torah with the commentary of Rashi. The Jewish tradition brings down a story based on a perplexing question, so crazy even to ask. It says, what was created for what? Was Israel created for the sake of the Torah, or was Torah created for the sake of Israel? And the story concludes that the Torah was created for the sake of Israel. The Piacenza Rebbe comments, you should be astonished and amazed that the Torah that is so holy, God's Torah that the angels desired so much, its entire purpose in creation was for the sake of the Jewish people. The infinite Creator came down to Mount Sinai with his angels, brought light to the skies, and made the earth tremble, all for our sake. The purpose of his coming and his holy effort was to establish you and your friends to be the Jewish people that are close to him, truly close. And to be close to him should also be your goal that you always desire. I could go on, but a wise young man like you will know what to do. Serve with joy, return with fire. May Hashem bless you and keep you. Lech l'shalom, go to peace.